I'm Felicia.
And as usual, I'm Giancarlo.
And this is our review of
Liberatores.
The Conspiracy to Liberate Rome.
That's right.
Ale y acta e. So...
Well, you know the story, right?
Yes, it's... this is Shakespeare.
Caesar.
So...
Yeah, Shakespeare.
Caesar.
That's right. Yeah.
So Brutus, basically, he betrays Julius
Caesar.
Caesar in history back in the day. Which is like
back
really
in the
chill.
Days.
And this is
really
cool.
chill? It's chill?
I mean...
To betray
And, yeah.
So these guys sent us games before, and they're all pretty good. And Felicia's breaking the pretty good game.
Oopsie.
Caesar is at his height in terms of power. Players will take on secret roles of the Liberatores trying to kill Caesar, an agent infiltrating them to protect Caesar, or a competitor who wants to dethrone Caesar only to take his place. Who will come out with the most influence and win the glory of Rome? Game here is set. Random elements each game will mostly vary depending on player count, which can be anywhere from 3 to 6. For this review, we set it up for 4. These secret rules are usually hidden, and the citizens at the bottom row are randomly drawn. You're ready to save Rome, depending on your perspective.
On your turn, you have to do one of 3 mandatory actions. Hire a citizen, bribe him to the Liberatores, or endorse the rightmost citizen to Caesar. The hiring cost for a citizen is written here. Citizens can be hired for yourself by placing it near your player board, or sent to another player. They can't refuse. Some will also have instant abilities that trigger for you when you get them, or for an opponent when they get them. Besides these one-time abilities, some will have abilities that trigger whenever an effect happens. Bribing a citizen will have you pay this cost and send that citizen to this side of the board. Increase the influence to the left on the board by the number written here. This is very important to players playing as Republicans and competitors, as having influence on this side of the board will have them on the winning side. Eventually, though, you'll run low on money, and no matter what faction you belong to, you'll need to endorse a citizen to Caesar. After all, he's the person that has the most money, and he'll reward you when you do so.
To endorse a citizen to Caesar, you must choose the rightmost citizen and place him on this side of the Senate board. Besides increasing influence towards the right, the player will also get $7 and 1 influence token. His neighbors will get $1 each as well. Having more influence on the right side of the board is what the agent wants to win the game at the end game. Besides this, he can also win at the end of a turn where the influence on Caesar's side has reached this space. But this can only be done before the Day of Action card is revealed at the bottom of the citizen deck. When endorsing a citizen to Caesar, you may also use any of these marked abilities your citizens have. For instance, Pinchera will have you pay $4 to discard any pesky citizens or servants you may have. Servants are these little guys here. After you're done one of the 3 mandatory actions, you can use your wife to hire a servant. The courier will give you 1 influence to the side you belong to, while the informer will give 2 influence to the Liberatores side if you end up being the agent. So don't be too obvious which side you're affiliated with. When your turn is done, slide any citizens to the right to fill the empty space and reveal a new one from the top.
Eventually, you'll end up revealing the Day of Action card when refilling the citizens. When this happens, the agent player can no longer win by having influence here. He'll have to rely on having the most influence on his side when all are tallied. Besides this rule, you'll add Brutus, Cassius, and Mark Antony in this order, and sliding the other citizens to the right. Players play until no citizens remain on the Senate board. Players can then reveal their identities. Each will add their influence to their side. If the agent has the most on the red side, he wins. If the Republicans have the most on their side, they might win. They'll have to be sure they've defeated Caesar without simply replacing him with worse tyrant. The competitor might win if the influence is on the Liberatores side, and he has personal influence that is higher than each individual Republican player. If he does, he wins and rules Rome. If not, the Liberatores win.
Gotta tell you, Moedes Games keeps growing its space in my heart. They've once again come up with a very quick, fun game that has enough tactical and strategic depth. It's been a while since I've seen social deduction games feel like a board game and not simply a card game. Resource management in this one is as critical as bluffing. You need to throw your opponents off while keeping an eye out not only for your coins, but other players as well, knowing when they need to endorse to Caesar because they have no money. So obviously, player interaction is a huge pro point for this one as well. And all the roles seem somewhat balanced from what we played. though the tactics and strategies employed for each might differ in difficulty. Each will become more evident after a few playthroughs, and once you figure them out, you'll likely be doing the same game after game. Still, that doesn't mean the game is not fun. Replay value with different roles is there, and what citizens are removed at different play counts. Luck is somewhat limited and well contained as well, as you might bribe a low influence citizen only to have the next player with no money endorse one to Caesar or vice versa. So it's definitely fun feeling you're outsmarting your opponent on this one. Another hit from Moedeus, Liberatore gets a well-deserved 8 stabby out of 10. Subscribe now to our channel to stay in the loop. If you like our work, help us continue by sharing the channel to your gaming group. Thanks for watching and happy gaming.